What's going on, everybody? It's Thundershot, and welcome to the big super fight week. Now, as you guys can see by the title, I decided to go with a fight of Gogeta versus Vegito. I know you guys just saw Gogeta, but I've gotten this fight requested a whole lot throughout the entire time I've been doing this fight series, and I didn't want to leave you guys hanging with that one. So that fight is going to be here. But you're actually getting two fights this week, because before that one, we took a suggestion from Sora, and he just wanted to see the intro fight, the intro enemies versus the intro villains. Now, I'm not going to play the intro again because I've already done that on one of my fights. Link down below if you want to see the Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 2 intro, where it'll have all the characters doing their own little fight scene. But you're about to find out right now because we're doing the big team battle first. So it's going to be all the heroes on the intro scene versus all the villains on the intro scene. It's going to be awesome. 4v4. I went ahead and I cut Hijacked out, and the reason I'm doing two separate fights, originally what I wanted to do is I wanted to put all the heroes on one side, and I wanted to put all the heroes on one side and then all the villains on the other, and then instead of putting Hijacked in the fight at all, I was going to put Gogeta on the hero side and Vegito on the villain side, just to spice it up a bit, just to make it a real big, real nice fight. But in Raging Blast 2, they will not let me do that because Goku or Vegeta, well, Goku and Vegeta are both on a team, and I cannot have, I'm going to get rid of health up large because it's, I'm going to get rid of health up large because it's a super fight, so bye. It's a big super fight. I don't want it to drag on forever. But anyways, Goku and Vegeta can't be on the same team as, can't be on the same team as Gogeta or Vegito because they are Gogeta and Vegitos. So, you know, I went ahead and I backed them up to their own separate fight. Here we go. All right. Next in the line, we have Trunks. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Super Trunks, even though in the intro it was Super Saiyan Trunks fighting team. I'm going to use Super Trunks because Super Saiyan Trunks was getting his ass handed to him, or he should have been, by his counterpart who he was fighting. And we'll get to that in a second. I'm just making sure I got all my items lined up. Don't want any health larges in there. That would be cheating. Because like I said before, I took them out because I don't want this fight to last forever. Super Saiyan 2, I had to rewatch the intro just to make sure. It is Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta fighting there. It's not regular Super Saiyan Vegeta or anything like that. He's Super Saiyan 2, so had to rewatch the intro, make sure that was the case. And I'm going to change... Okay, I didn't get to Vegeta. It's a good thing I do this, otherwise I wouldn't have caught myself. Vegeta type, definitely. And I'm doing this with one hand, so I'm a little slow, sorry. Max Computer. I'm actually really pumped to see this. I just hope it's not a blowout, because Teen Gohan has been known to completely go off on this game, and he may actually wreck like the first 2 or 3 people by himself just because he's Teen Gohan. And then Super Saiyan 3 Goku wouldn't even get to touch the field. That's right, I'm using Super Saiyan 3 Goku instead of regular Super Saiyan 2. The reason that they use Super Saiyan 2 Goku in the intro against Super Janemba, who can beat Super Saiyan 3 Goku, that's why he's always seeming kind of stupid. Wait, let me look at that again. I didn't even look. Okay. The reason they use Super Saiyan 2 Goku is because Super Saiyan 3 Goku could actually shit on Hijacked, who is like the main movie villain or whatever, so they keep Hijacked out of the intro. Or, I mean, they keep Super Saiyan 3 Goku out of the intro, despite the fact that he would be very needed to kill Super Janemba, who is probably stronger than Hijacked, even though Hijacked is the main villain. That's why that one's always struck me as kind of weird. But anyways, Teen Gohan was fighting Cooler. I remember that much. Final form Cooler. At that, I thought about giving all the villains alternate costumes, but I decided it would be more authentic, I guess, if I went ahead and kept them in their regular form, so you know. And then who do we have on next? I think it was Trunks was next, and he was fighting a full power Bojack, if I remember correctly. Now Trunks actually fought in the Bojack movie. He kind of got his ass handed to him, but there are times when that's made up for, because obviously Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan would handily kick the shit out of Cooler in a real DBZ universe fight. And Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta should have no trouble handling Android 13 as well. On the other hand, Super Saiyan 2 Goku was supposed to get his ass completely destroyed by Super Janemba, so you know, their fight would have been kind of even, except Super Janemba could kill anyone he wants to when Goku's not even Super Saiyan 3. But enough about that. We were picking the last fighter finally. This is a long oh shit. Oops. I skipped right through checking him. There's a long intro getting ready for the big fight because I always like to make sure it's authentic. I don't want there to be any questions. I always have Max Computer at least on there. Nobody has health up large or anything like that. And I kind of do that to check for myself too. But there we go. Hope you guys are ready because it's about to go down. Where would they fight at? Let's have them completely destroy. Wasteland's a classic one. Let's do Planet Namek. Planet Namek. I said Planet Namek the first time. That was weird. There we go. Super Saiyan battle versus Super Villain battle. It's going to be epic. I'm going to pull up my stuff here to make sure I'm recording everything right. Yep, we're looking good. And then, like I said, right after this fight will be Vegito versus Gogeta, just in case you're confused.
I'm not as soft as my brother.
I guess you're just a little cooler. Anyways, starting off the fight, Snap Vanish battle. Full power Cooler taking an early lead here. We'll see if anything. Somehow Gohan. It looked funny when he stopped in the air like that. I'm sorry, I don't know. Snap Vanish kick. Fighting in the water. The reason I don't pick Planet Namek very often is a fight scene. Super Kamehameha. Will it hit? It does. Full connection. Cooler didn't even try to block it. Anyways, the reason I don't pick Planet Namek as a place to fight very often is because sometimes characters can get stuck. Like one computer will get stuck on the land while the other ones get stuck on the water, and none of their super attacks can hit each other. And for some reason, sometimes they just will not fly to each other. I kick into a wall. We rarely get to see that one, but you can do that this game. If you use a throw technique or if you hit them really hard into a wall, they will actually stick into a wall, as Teen Gohan did right there. I don't think we've actually seen that at all so far in these fights. Oh, this is going to connect. Good combo by Teen Gohan. He's up almost a full bar. Actually, he is up a full bar of health right now. But with health this low, anything can really happen. You can be completely ahead to fight. Clash battle. Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan taking the lead there. Oh, I thought we were about to see another one. Anyways, anything can happen in this one because you could literally be up 2.5 bars of health, leaving them with only half a bar of health, assuming you haven't been touched. And they can go Raging Soul mode and completely even the fight. That's totally possible. That's why I like to have health up large in our 1v1 fights, because it seems like it takes more, there's a more definitive winner. Teen Gohan fired off an explosive way, but he already knocked Cooler out of the range. That was kind of weird. But yeah, if the health's up larger, it takes a more, I don't know. It's more, not trustworthy. I don't know what the word I'm thinking of, but it's better. It's better if we do the health up large. But we're not doing that for a team fight, otherwise we would literally be here all day. Supernova, this is a big move. It connects. Teen Gohan's going to go down. Not to end his fight, but his power level, they're probably going to be about even by the time. Oh my god, that did a lot. That did like a full bar and a half. Cooler actually took the lead, like I said there. Cooler took the lead with one ultimate attack. Actually, that was the first ultimate attack we've seen connect the entire time. That's actually really cool. It took until one of the very last fights to see an ultimate connect, but it happened. It was awesome. They ping-pong that key shot around for a while. This is what I was talking about. Sometimes Cooler will get stuck in the water. Teen Gohan will have an awkward time flying to him, but luckily they flew to each other and broke through a landmass. They really want to kick each other's ass, am I right? Anyways, fight's still neck and neck here. I'm trying to wait for someone to get an upper hand. Gohan broke the guard, almost didn't do anything with it. Cooler with a Snap Vanish behind. Again, still neck and neck. Gohan has like a minuscule of a lead on Cooler right now. Energy Blast Barrage. Blocked by a Psycho Barrier. That's actually really badass. Every now and again, characters will get a move that just puts a whole barrier around their body. And Cooler uses Psycho Barrier to block every one of those key shots. Death Flash. It connects. Cooler's got the lead. Will he be able to finish Teen Gohan and give the villains an early lead here? This Key Blaster not helping Teen Gohan's tiny health bar as is. It's going to take one more shot. Gohan with a parry. And there he goes. That's it. Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan losing the first fight. And Cooler keeping a bar of health on the supervillain side. Let's see if they'll be able to make up for it. Well, looks like my prediction for Teen Gohan to wipe the floor with the first 2 or 3 people was completely wrong. Super Trunks getting fully charged. Cooler getting fully charged, going Raging Soul. Hopefully for Trunks, he cannot find his way out of that water, and it's looking the way. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, hopefully for Trunks, Cooler can't find his way out of that water to come kick his ass, because you know he will. Now, Trunks type is a weird one. I didn't put my thing on it, but it says Trunks type is that he relies on nimble rush attacks. That was a really weird charged up punch attack, but it worked because it knocked him away, and the further he's away, the more he's not using Raging Soul mode. Trunks going Raging Soul mode himself, actually. But yeah, Trunks, Super Trunks, not Super Trunks, regular Trunks type is a weird type. Because it says he relies on nimble rush moves as like his main attacking scheme. But the problem with that is when he's Super Trunks, he is anything but nimble. He's not quick. That was his main thing as Super Trunks, was he wasn't fast enough to hit Cell. And I think the case here, I don't know if it's going to help him or hurt him, was what I was wondering. Because if he relies on nimble attacks, does that mean Super Trunks is going to become nimble to use these attacks? Or does that mean Super Trunks is going to try to be nimble even though he can't be nimble and suck because he's Super Trunks? Anyway, Super Trunks handily taking down Cooler with the last of his Raging Soul mode, but he's still almost, he's about 3/4 of a bar behind now. That Cooler lead definitely sticking out, and Cooler was able to get some good damage on him before he died. Full power Bojack going Raging Soul mode. Super Trunks going Raging Soul mode. We're about to see a war here. It's double effective for whoever can get the upper hand, because they're going to both lose Raging Soul mode at the same time no matter what, but Trunks is the one who's able to get all the damage off. This is double effective because Trunks is not getting his ass kicked by Raging Soul mode while he's kicking this dude's ass in Raging Soul mode. Snap Vanish battle. This is going to burn both our Raging Soul mode up pretty fast. Trunks wins it. Trunks, he had more Raging Soul mode until he used that super attack there. That being said, Bojack is out of Raging Soul mode. Trunks out of it now as well. But it was definitely a good chance. Trunks not only equalized it, he got himself up by by an entire bar of health now that he punched him in the face. The underwater fighting is cool. It's not something we've got to see much in the fight so far. Bojack powered up. I kind of want to see another ultimate. That would be really cool. Grand Smasher. Trunks blocked it. He got his arms up in time. I didn't think he would. Usually when they're point blank like that, they don't get their arms up in enough time to block it. So yeah, very beneficial for him. Bojack trying to fight his way back into it. He's actually, I can't say he's been the weak link so far because there's only been 2 fighters, but he has been pretty much. Cooler gave him a nice big lead here, and he's been blowing it to the mighty power of Super Trunks. Good God, do you even lift, bro? Like, Jesus, those shoulders. Anyways, Bojack going Raging Soul mode. This could be his turnaround. They're actually at the same level of power. Bojack getting a block off on that. I don't know if you guys could see him through the water or not, but he did stay where he was. He had his arms up. He did block that shot, especially considering how little damage the Trunks did to him. Really important. Trunks keeps him on the ropes here and doesn't let him get going with that Raging Soul mode, which it looks like he's about to be the punch away. This could be bad for Team Super Saiyan. He smacked him up. Trunks was laying on the ground. Bojack smacked him, and he came up off the ground, back onto his feet. That was kind of weird. Okay, Bojack now out of key. Well, he was. He's getting it back pretty quick. But Trunks did manage to survive Raging Soul mode. We'll see if he can even the fight out here before either one of these guys goes down. But yeah, very important that Trunks lived through that, because if Trunks would have got knocked out to Raging Soul mode, that would have been another disadvantage that Super Saiyan has. Instead, he has an opportunity now to equalize it and get that bar of health back that Team Gohan lost against Cooler. Snap Vanish War. Trunks had more key to win that one with if it would have gone any longer. Bojack dodged another Snap Vanish War. Again, Trunks still having more key. Trunks also having no health. He is now out of it, but he did get a little bit of a gain back. They were down almost an entire bar. Now they're down about 1/4 of a bar as Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta steps on the field. Again, as it's standard pretty much when someone new enters the court. It's not a court. When someone new enters the field, they both charge up to full power. Let's see if we can see an ultimate, being that none of them went Raging Soul mode with that. Vegeta trying to punch the rocks below. Big Bang attack. Blocked. He kind of like glitched below it, and then he follows up with a Grand Smasher. This is not good for the Saiyans. Another Grand Smasher blocked by Vegeta. Vegeta dodges. He just needs a few punches to end Bojack here. Can he get him off? Very important. I've learned the hard way in this game. It's better to not leave. Another Grand Smasher. Vegeta barely snap vanishes out of that one. Really important though, being that he's already done an entire bar. And he finally finishes off Bojack. Yeah, I've learned the hard way before playing this game. You really want to take out an opponent even if they have no health left, because one super attack can really mess you up, especially when we do not have the health bars up large. Anyways, this is Android 13, I believe. I really hope this is 13. I don't want to get the number wrong. I'm just going to call him Android 13. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Vegeta going full power. Android 13 just trying to find him, I guess. Now, we're back on par here because this is the fight from the intro scene. Was Vegeta versus Android 13. Vegeta's signature move is to fire off all those blasts. If you're wondering where he's getting like all those really quick key blasts from, that's his signature. which is something we don't see very often as people using their signatures in these fights. Big Bang attack to the face. He did get it blocked in time. I didn't think it was possible, being that he had just came off a parry. Usually you don't see that. Usually people can't even pull that one off. Vegeta kind of goes up. Big Bang attack. It connects through the water. He did not block that one. It takes almost the entire bar. Vegeta, who was down a bar when Android 13 stepped on the field, is now up a bar. Anything can happen here. You never know. Now they're both flying around looking for fish or something. I don't know. Here we go. Clash battle. Looks like, yeah, 13's going to win that one. Knocking him away, but not really having much of a follow-up to it, which kind of sucks because it's usually a good time to hit him with a super attack. However, 13 did not have the key to pull something like that off. Punches him, blasts him in the chest. Vegeta's on the ground. 13 needs to work his way back into it. Otherwise, he's going to get pretty handily defeated and show up as clearly the worst member of Supervillain Team. Vegeta charging up, 13 on the ground. 13 again doing this thing where he looks for Vegeta underneath him while Vegeta gets a good charge up. Another clash battle. 13's going to win this one too. 13 is like, actually, if you look at the numbers, if you go back and look at those numbers, 13 is destroying Vegeta in those clash battle. Big Bang attack to the face. Did not block it. But yeah, 13 was destroying Vegeta. He was winning by like double the number of hits Vegeta was getting in those clash battles. Vegeta wild sensing his way out of that punch, and then kicking his way out of the next one, getting a really good combo here going. Vegeta getting a huge lead for Team Super Saiyan. He may be able to take him out with this combo. No, he's going to save up. He's going to try to charge, maybe hit a super attack, maybe hit an ultimate attack. That will take out 13. 13's really going to have to come back if he wants to keep his guys in this, because with how good Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta's been doing, you do not want to give him a full bar and a half lead, along with Super Saiyan 3 Goku still sitting in there. But that's what he does. 13 coming off as clearly the weakest member so far, but Super Janemba is a complete monster in this game. Let's see if he can equalize it. Fighting back in the water. Vegeta not gonna let him do anything. Vegeta already got a fourth of a health bar down. Super Janemba and that sword. That sword is so hard to dodge in this game for some reason. It's so quick. It comes out of nowhere, and then look at the slash techniques. But Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta is actually a very quick character. Saiyan Spirit, that powers up. I think that gives him a key charge rate to where he charges up faster. I'm pretty sure that's what that logo means. Super Janemba charging up himself. Super Janemba in Raging Soul mode, maybe one of the scariest Raging Soul modes in this game next to Kid Buu. He's so fast, he has such good combos. He's got a Psycho, I think it's called Psychokinesis or something like that. Anyways, it's where they freeze him in the air like that. I forgot the name of the move for a moment. Big Bang attack, not going to be blocked. He just kicked him out of guard. Super Breath Cannon misses. I wonder if Super Janemba might not even be able to get Vegeta off the field. I have no idea how that kick missed, but it did. Snap Vanish War, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta wins. Kicking him back out onto the surface, only for him to fall back down. Vegeta has wild sets up, so the next attack Super Janemba tries to hit, even if it is supposed to connect, will miss. Vegeta going Raging Soul mode. He doesn't even want Goku to touch the field. Classic Vegeta, though. They're like, no, we don't need Kakarot for this. I can take care of it. Super Janemba also going Raging Soul mode. Wild Sense dodging that one. Snap Vanish War. Oh my god. Oh my god. And Super Janemba winning that one. Kicking his way into another move. The wall saved Vegeta, though, for a moment. And there we go. So Goku's going to come in here. He's going to have a full bar of health. Janemba actually held off a lot better than I thought he was. He held off, I don't know. Seems like he took a lot of hits, but his health's still up pretty high. Anyway, Super Saiyan 3 Goku was on the field. He was doing the right thing to fly around and dodge Janemba while he was still in Raging Soul mode, because that did come over. Goku trying to go for immediate impact, immediately being knocked out of it, as Super Janemba trying to equalize the fight here. I lied. Goku was up almost 2 full bars of health, and now he's up about half a bar of health. The end of Goku, you need to charge or something. He was just looking into the sky. There we go. Super Janemba high tension, not using Raging Soul mode. Goku not going high tension. He stopped for some reason. Super Kamehameha Wave, that'll connect though. Oh, this is going to be a good fight. Super Janemba is still at high tension. He can still fire off an ultimate if the opportunity sees fit. Super Breath Cannon, that one will miss. Goku flew out of the way. Goku with the kick, turnaround, knocks him away. Saiyan Spirit, that's going to increase his charge rate. Let's see, I think he charges faster now. I may be wrong on that. Goku going to go full power. Will we see an ultimate? Will we see a true Kamehameha Wave? No. He's going to go Raging Soul mode. Janemba's stopping him with those swords, though. Those swords are so strong. Janemba only has a bar of health left to work with, though. Let's see if Super Saiyan 3 Goku can finish him off. Janemba actually doing right to keep Goku knocked around while he's in Raging Soul mode. Up until that last second there, Janemba could have fired off an ultimate. He didn't. He misses another super breath cannon. Goku actually reflected a psychokinesis, I think that's what they're called. Goku actually reflected a psychokinesis back to Janemba and froze Janemba, even though Goku doesn't have a move that can freeze him. I thought that was pretty sweet. And it also may have solidified their victory here. Goku dodging those attacks, blocking all Super Janemba's attacks. I'm calling it. Saiyans have won this unless Super Janemba, because he has such low ki, unless Super Janemba can charge up and get a massive Raging Soul Mode thing going on. Super Saiyans have won this. Goku dodging all those sword attacks, and like I said earlier, I mentioned how hard those were to dodge. Not dodging those, though. And there's the KO kick to the face. Okay, now like I said, that is not the final fight here today. That was merely the intro super fight. I will be back with Gogeta versus Vegito. See you guys in a second. Well, that was a hell of a fight, and it's not over yet. Today's video is going to be a long one, so I want to thank you guys for sticking around. But yeah, now we have, I don't know if you would call this one the main event, because that other fight was pretty darn good if you ask me. But we're going to have Gogeta. Oh, I didn't set their stuff up. Oops. That's okay, it's not a problem. It's actually already here. Yeah, it's pre-set up. They fought before, so Gogeta versus Vegito. And like I said, there's no specific owner to this. I don't know who the first person to suggest it was, but it's been suggested a lot throughout the series. And where in the hell is Vegito on this list? I know you guys are looking at him like, he's right there, you moron. But really, though, this shouldn't be this much of a problem. Okay, I found him. Okay, there we go. It was close. We're going to use Super Vegito because it just wouldn't be fair if we couldn't. And let's make sure he's got stuff. His max computer, we're going to give him Vegeta type and health up large. Actually, I was contemplating for a while not doing health up large simply because this video is already long enough, but we want it to be a real fight, don't we? Alright, he's got Vegeta type, and we'll make sure to give him his defense health up large. That's an extra 2 bars of health, just in case you guys were wondering what all that is. There's health up small, which is 1 bar, and health up large, which is 2. I've always thought 2 was more appropriate, especially these 1v1 fights, which can happen so quickly and be over so fast without the health up large. There we go. We're going to keep them in their regular costumes as well. And you know what? They're going to need another planet to duel on. And I'm pretty sure they actually come with their own little intro talk screen. So I'll let that play out when the opportunity, or when it shows up. But until then, big old super fight. I'm sure there's multiple of these out on YouTube, so don't be limited to just mine. But I want to see it for myself. So I'm going to let them get their intro talk out of the way, because I'm pretty sure they have some. And Supreme Carwell seems like a pretty appropriate place for them to be battling. I've been thinking maybe there's a specific mission in the game, like in Galaxy mode, where that happens. Anyways, Vegito getting the early start here. Actually, out of the two, even though like in the movies and stuff, I'm kind of more of a Gogeta fan. In this game, Vegito's my favorite. His super attacks all mesh up well. I like Gogeta's ultimate a lot, but I don't like my ultimate being a rush move. I always want my ultimate to be a ki blast move from far away. Like, I like Vegito's because it's a final Kamehameha wave. And Final Flash is one of my favorite moves of all time. Final Flash and Masenko, Gohan's Masenko that he uses as a kid a lot, are probably my 2 favorite moves in the DBZ series. But enough about that. We have a fight going on in front of us with a whole hell of a lot of health. Come to think of it. No, never mind. I was going to say, I think Vegito and Goku naturally get an extra bar of health, but I'm wrong on that. Beam Sword Slash. This move is awesome, and Vegito is taking a really early lead here. Yeah, Beam Sword Slash, that's another reason I like Vegito so much, is because you can combo that with his ultimate, and it's insane. Here we go. Goku, or not Goku, I want to call him Goku and Vegeta. Gogeta getting some kicks of his own in there. Which is funny because that's Vegito's main thing, is he'll tuck his arms in and only use his legs to kick you in the face with. That was kind of him getting cocky when he was fighting Super Buu. But Gogeta's got kicks as well. He also has a ki up rate to where any of his ki moves do a little bit extra damage. We've seen that kick to the face a lot, and it seems to be stumping Vegito repeatedly here. That being said, Vegito's still maintaining a lead, probably because of that Beam Sword Slash. After Image Strike, for the next few seconds, anything Gogeta does to Vegito will miss. I wonder if after Image Strike is still on, it doesn't matter, Vegito's out of the way. After Image Strike only lasts about 5 seconds, but for that 5-second period, you literally can't be hit with anything. You will dodge everything that comes your way. Final Flash. Blocked. He stood there and he took it, but he got his arms up, so he blocked it. Gogeta trying to kick that was nowhere near the target. I'm gonna get really confused with these names. That's actually Vegito's signature. is that line of kicks there. And again, it's one of my favorite signatures in the game. It's one that I actually use. There's a lot of characters with signatures that I don't use because they're not good or because they seem hard to incorporate into a Raging Blast 2 fight style when you're not used to their signatures. But Vegito's is one that I will openly throw in. Gogeta dodged a lot of attacks, and then hitting Vegito until his after image strike was up. Another blocked final flash. That one was to the face. That one would have hurt a lot, though. But yeah, as you can see there, Gogeta was dodging shots, and Vegito had after image strike up, and then Gogeta just punched Vegito until his after image strike went away, and he had to hit an attack. So that was actually really interesting. That being said, Vegito going Raging Soul mode, he doesn't even really need to. He's already up by 2 bars of health. It's kind of hard to see down there with Raging Soul mode glowing so hard, but Vegito is handily winning this one. Like, it's not even close. If I hadn't checked before, I would almost be questioning if I remember to put max computer on Gogeta before the fight, but I know I did. You guys saw it. But Gogeta's going to need a miracle here if he wants to get back into this one. Fighting someone with Raging Soul mode when you don't have it and you're down, that's a pretty tough hill to climb. Especially since he just keeps going up and taking punches to the face. He literally just walked up to Vegito and let him punch him in the face. Beam Sword Slash. This could almost finish it off. Luckily for him, in Raging Blast 2, charge attacks like that do not go very far. Final Flash to the face. This one needs to hit. Vegito did not block that one. Still a pretty big hill for Gogeta to climb, though. He's dodging attacks. He's blocking shots. He's knocking him away. He's doing everything he needs to do if he wants to come back and make this one at least interesting. Jump. Ki Blast over him. Ki Blast under him. And so he just snap vanishes to him and kicks him in the face. He's only down a bar of health now. He's came back. He's came back an entire bar, but he doesn't have a lot to work with. He doesn't have a lot of breathing room. If Vegito gets on another roll, it could be curtains for him. Another after image strike. That is such a strong move. Final Flash is probably going to miss because of after image strike, and it did. As you saw, Vegito flashed twice, and then he went to go fly into the Ki Blast, but after image strike made him flash away again. After image strike still well in effect, but it finally ran off. But you saw how many attacks Vegito dodged simply because it was in that little 5-second barrier there. Uh-oh, Vegito could be getting back on top here. Vegito. I keep calling Vegeta. Snap Vanish Ward. Gogeta needed to win that. He cannot let Vegito get back ahead. Now he's down a little over a half a bar. He's slowly trying to make this climb back into it. But like I said, Vegito gets on one roll like it looks like he's about to do, and it could be all over. I would really like to see a Stardust Breaker, though. Like I said, Super Kamehameha with block. Thank God he blocked that one for his sake. I'm always one to root for an underdog, so I'm sorry if I sound biased right now. But I said before, I think Vegito had the better ultimate to use in combat, but Stardust Breaker as an ultimate for Gogeta is a really fun thing to watch. So it would be really cool if we got to see it here today. Snap Vanish behind him, keeping him tucked away into the corner. This is not good for Gogeta. Knocked him into the corner. Finish Shine. This means if he does hit a super attack or an ultimate attack, it will deal extra damage, which would be enough to end Vegito right now if he got an ultimate off. I probably shouldn't even be talking about that, though, because his Ki is a long ways away from an ultimate, and his health is dwindling quickly. That being said, any kind of super attack would give him a huge advantage here, though. As he knocks him away, he needs to charge up now if he wants to use it. No, instead he burns all of his Ki flying into the wall. They're both under a bar of health now, though. This one's getting pretty intense. Finish Shine still up. He instant transmissions, only to take a Beam Sword Slash to the face, and that's going to be it. Gogeta with an instant transmission, but Vegito caught him mid-instant transmission with a Beam Sword Slash to end it. That fight was pretty epic. Vegito went in with just a little under a bar of health. We'll have to ask Gogeta when he wakes up. Anyways, no outro menu this time, guys. That was the last time you guys will ever get to pick fights for the Battle of Z Road to Fight series, because the next fight, we all know what that is. It's going to be Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. And then Battle of Z is going to be here. I'm going to have Battle of Z. I'm not going to be doing these fights anymore. How insane is that? Now, maybe once Battle of Z gets going, I may pick up on Battle of Z fights. Like maybe once I get done playing through the game, I may continue to do fights over on Battle of Z. We can have huge team fights like this every week. That could be crazy, assuming that there's a computer versus computer mode, but who knows. But yeah, that's it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you like either of these fights. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me know if you think it would have gone differently in the Battle of Z World or anything like that. Personally, I think Vegito probably should have won because they always said that the Pandora fusion was a little bit stronger than the fusion dance. Plus, if this fight lasts longer than 30 minutes, Gogeta's out anyways. But that's all I've got. I will see you guys here in a couple days with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta battle, so stay tuned. Oh, also, if you made it to the end of this, I have a new video up. over on my channel, and it's about how many characters we're actually getting in Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z. I take all the number of characters and I cross out the ones with the extra transformations. So Goku is just Goku. Goku is not Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and Super Saiyan God. I X out all those, and then I find out how many characters we actually get. Anyways, link to that down below. See you guys later. Peace.